All right, everybody, welcome back here to another episode of Load the Wagon. And Load the Wagon is your Madden 2021 franchise draft series. Guests come on, draft the team, and then we simulate a year to see how it goes. Tonight's episode, we are joined by Jeff Greenwood, and Jeff is a fantasy writer for the Fantasy Footballers, and he's the co-host of the Tackles Dummies podcast. You could tune into that live Wednesdays at 9 p.m., and shout out to CCAS, of course. And Jeff, is that 9 p.m. Eastern, Central?
Eastern.
Shout out to Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern. And not only that, shout out to P-Butts. Jeff, welcome to coming on.
Thanks for having me, Corey. I'm pumped to be on, and let's do it. I'm excited to get weird.
Okay, of course. And some things to know about this. You're going to draft a team. Maybe think redraft more than dynasty. Injuries are turned off, and it's like I could switch positions if you want. So like a left guard to a center, maybe like a corner to a safety. And then at the end of the draft, you will have one opportunity to make a trade. Maybe you like punt a position, you want to fill a hole, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Simple enough. Go Patriots. All right, you ready? So no guest has ever got the first pick.
All right.
And it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but you got the 18th pick. Okay, so if you're building a team, again, think redraft more than dynasty, but there's also defense involved. If you're going for a one-year team, what are we thinking? We got Donald, Kelsey, Mac, Adams. Shout out to Adams, especially today with news of Rodgers.
I love it. Devontae is one of my favorite players. That guy is a stud. I got to go Aaron Donald. I think he's the 101.
Yeah, not only is he the 101, you got him 17 picks later at 118. And this is like what the Patriots need. He needs Aaron Donald, right? Look, he looks good in that blue.
Awesome. He looks magnificent.
Shout out. Major shout out. Oh, they have to hit back. Okay, so coming over around here to pick 2. You went defense. Again, something that I should also mention to you is, I don't know if you noticed that, but when Donald got drafted, he's a superstar X factor, right? So Kelsey is also that, but like, let's see. If we go to someone like a Mitchell Schwartz, he's a superstar, so that's one level down. And then someone like, let me get a little lower here. Simmons from the Broncos. Oh, he's a superstar. Anyways, there's a star and a normal. So a superstar X factor, they get an additional like Madden simulation boost when they get into the zone ability, like compared to your stars and normal who really don't matter.
Okay.
So maybe that's something you want to keep factored in here, because like Hopkins, I'm sure he's a X factor, but if we kick it over to like, I don't know who's lower, name a guy, Cooper Kupp, Thielen. We'll go Lockett. What is Lockett? See, he's a star, so not as like big play potential. I don't know.
Okay.
That's something to keep in mind. But it doesn't matter because Aaron Donald is on your team here. We could also make him a defensive tackle, a left end, if that's your thing. I don't know. What are we thinking? I could go by position if you want. This is just BPA. Von Miller. I mean, dude, we got all day down here. I mean, there's not much going on here, especially when they're looking at overalls and maybe superstar X factors. Like, keep in mind, like, we can move a Von Miller to left end if you want to do a 4-3 or a 3-4 type thing,
Let's do Quentin Nelson.
Ooh, you're going to stack the line immediately, huh?
Yeah, get in it early,
I think he was one of my favorite picks. I wish the Bears would have taken him back in the draft.
Are you a Bears fan? Is that your home team?
I'm from the Chicagoland area, but I'm not a Bears fan. I'm not a fan of any team, actually.
Interesting.
I just wish the Bears would have taken them.
What do you have, like, or I guess, how does it work? Do you have like 3 teams you root for? Or like, how does it work when you're watching a football game?
Yeah, that's a great question. I actually have no 0 teams. I like watching things happen. Like a good play happens, cool. Like that underdog team won, cool. But like, I don't like assign myself to like a team and root for them. I just like to see. I have Red Zone on, every Sunday. I'm trying to say, like, I just like to see action, I guess.
I'm closer to you than most, because I grew up a Patriots fan. I am a Patriots fan. I really like watching good football. I'm a big fan of the Ravens. I really like in Ravens and Patriots. Like, no one likes the Ravens and the Patriots except for me. I like the Saints.
Sure.
Like, there's certain teams that you just kind of root for. I like a good football game. So I hear you loud.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, would you rather see an offensive dominant game or a defensive dominant game?
I have to say offensive, but I mean, the thing is, like, for people that complain about like low scoring Super Bowls, I'm okay with that. The thing is, like, if you get a defensive dominant team, I think that's still entertaining. Like, everybody loves to see the points. I grew up playing soccer. I was a defender. I respect the defense. Like, that's kind of where my mentality goes. How about you?
Yes. If what the game we are watching is one way or another, you just got to accept it. But what would I prefer? I don't know. I guess like you're saying with you in soccer, when I played baseball as a shortstop, and I preferred like defense over offense. So I guess defense,
I like that.
And speaking of defense, you got one defense, Aaron Donald and Quentin Nelson so far. You're building from the trenches either side. What are we thinking here at round 3? Shout out to Julio Jones, who spoke of the Saints just there. Shout out to Cooter. When Cooter was on, she won a Super Bowl with Julio Jones, and I think he was even Super Bowl MVP for her.
But I'm going to go Julio. I'll go Julio.
Is that what you want to do? I mean, we got Von Miller, again, fits the scheme. That purple box is the scheme.
Oh,
Julio isn't bad. Trust me, don't get me wrong. Julio isn't bad. Superstar X Factor's cool, but something to keep in mind, you could always get like an AJ Brown in like the 5th or the 6th. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like you could, if you wanted to. You could also get Julio.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad pick, but maybe
No.
Von Miller, David.
Did you know Von Miller's allergic to grass?
Really?
Yeah. He's allergic to like physical grass, like on the
field.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, I'm allergic to grass too, but like how much do you know?
I don't. He gets like itchy. So like if he plays on turf, yeah, isn't that better. Why like a professional football player has a like strict impediment physically on the field? But with that, I'm gonna go Von Miller.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go with him.
And think about having Von Miller and Aaron Donald on the line.
Oh my God.
So I'm actually pause. I'm actually trying to remember. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I did with the defense. I think the defensive scheme I keep as the Patriots. So they run that 3-4. Like, with what Van Noy when he was there. Actually, he's back this year. So think about that. So I could change it around if you want, but you're kind of building for that already with Von Miller. And then the offense, I actually make everybody's Tampa Bay just to keep it consistent. So think Mike Evans, Chris Godwin type situation, and Antonio Brown these days, I guess. Hey, out of those 3 Bucs receivers, who do you want on your fantasy teams?
Chris Godwin. He's one of my most owned players and underdog. I think he's underrated. Like he had really good numbers, missed a few games. Chris Godwin is my dude. Like he's a guy that I'm targeting in the 4th round every draft. Wide receiver 1. I'm gonna go running back early. Give me Chris Godwin.
Right. Give me Chris Godwin. Not only that, look at Julio made it back, but so did David. McCourty at safety. I believe he's an X Factor. You know all about him with the Patriots. Shout out his brother too. What's his brother's name? Kyle. Jason. They probably have a younger brother, Kyle. Anyways, here's your team. We got Donald, Miller, Quentin Nelson. Do we go offense? Do you want to get Julio, or do you want to kind of build the defense? What is that saying? Defense wins championships.
Yeah, let's go Levante David. I'm going to wait on wide receiver. Like you said, you get some other guys later on that look like studs.
Do you know what offense breeds?
I don't know. What?
Dynasties. But this is a redraft. We're not playing Dynasty out here. I think getting Levante David, a superstar, right there as your field general. I mean, it's a 3-4 scheme. You need at least 2 middle linebackers. And
he's got that little, purple star that you mentioned.
Dude, it's a scheme fit out here. I'm actually a big fan of, Jawan Bentley.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of him. I don't know why. It probably is because of my Madden days, so I know a lot of these players that maybe some people don't know. Shout out Madden. And this next one, Madden 22, they're actually updating franchise mode, so maybe Load the Wagon season 2 will be better.
Oh, nice.
Shout out. Okay. See, I'm not lying to you, man. AJ Brown's here. Dude, even Antonio might be there in round 10, 11, 12.
Wild.
McCourty's still here. Dude, Sean McCourty. Again, so this is the difference. We're going for an 89 superstar guy, or you go Jesse Bates. Shout out the Bengals, the young 23-year-old free safety. He's in 2 overall less, but he's a star. If you're going to maybe want to pick Bates just because you like him, in a Madden simulation, maybe that's McCourty because of the superstar X factor. So if we search by developmental trait, Micah Hyde is a superstar. So McCourty is the last X factor, just so you're aware of that. But it's your team out here. We're just drafting in it,
All right, so I don't on it hand
Miles
up.
Jack.
I don't know much about Jesse Bates. So between McCourty and Jesse Bates, what would be your recommendation?
McCourty, again, because it's about that superstar X factor. Like, again, redraft. So he's 33 years old, while Bates is 23 years old. So, like, he's an up-and-coming superstar, but he's only currently a star in this game. He's 23 years old for the Bengals, but this McCourty guy, if you can see under that,
I love McCourty. Let's go McCourty.
Yeah, and again, see, under that superstar X factor, develops at the fastest rate and earns superstar and zone abilities. So he it's like a legal glitch in Madden. So I love this. And again, we're building the defense because defense wins championships.
I love this.
Cool. I'm happy.
So what do you got? 3 defensive players, 1 offensive player.
That's a good question. Let's see. So we're at 5 through. You got, dude, Donald Miller. No, 4 defensive players.
David, I like this a lot.
Oh, gosh, dude, this is insane. Okay, we got Waller there. For some reason, the tight ends don't really seem to go that crazy. But sometimes a wide receiver will. Again, we're in round 6. Maybe this is the time if you really want a receiver. But maybe I feel confident you could at least get one of these 2 in the 7th. You know, McLaurin's going about the 8th, 9th, Jefferson, 9th, 10th.
Jefferson.
You know, you could even maybe snag who's down here? T. Higgins in like the 15th, 16th. So, it depends on how you want to play the value.
I want to wait on wide receiver, I think. I love Darren Waller. He's my dude. But let's
do you want a second, like, backup middle linebacker? I mean, pair the duo, Devin White and
Devin White,
Levante David, but Mosley again 75, so he's 7 overall better. But again, this is your draft. We're just drafting in it, man. If you want to have some fun, get Devin White, dude. He's a young stud. We know how he's going to be developing. But again, this is the 1 year. I mean, Matt Milano, shout out the Bills. Do you want some defensive linemen? You already have. What, 1? So you need at least 2. Oh, Brandon Graham's here, dude. Look at this. This is so fun how you could build these teams. What do you want to do? I feel like I'm confusing.
No.
I should give you some time to think.
No, I love it.
I'm going to BPA, just so you know.
Best player available is good. Let's go.
Eddie Jackson. I mean, you could take Jackson. I could move him to strong safety. Remember, you need corners. I could change these positions if you want, just so you know. And you get 1 trade. Don't forget.
Let's see.
Okay. I'll be quiet now.
No. You're good.
John Johnson. Shout out the Browns, dude. That's a good signing. I'm a big fan of John Johnson. Okay. Shout out to his parents for naming him John.
I know. That's a great.
And he's the
combo
3rd.
name here.
Like, dude, he's naming. He is or already has named his son that if he has one.
Let's go. Let's go. Geno Atkins.
Whoa. And I think he's a superstar. He's a superstar, man. We want these people, right?
Yeah,
and that's a 3-4 scheme. You got your big guy right there in the middle between Donald Von Miller as well. That's insane. Okay, AJ Brown, Lou, let's see if I lied to you. I did. Well, I didn't lie. I said one of them will be there. And AJ got taken, but Metcalf's at least there. Ridley's there.
There's still Ridley. So much talent on wide receiver. I love
you
Ridley.
Can even get a block trees in like 13 too. It's just like,
God.
But like you can't teach 97 speed.
Fair.
But also I don't know how like the computer runs it. If we're manually playing this, we're putting DK in a fly and just bombing it to him every play. So I'm not sure how Madden plays, but that's something to keep in mind.
I want to go DK. We'll get a little bit of offense on there. DK is a stud. I love this
with
guy.
These defenders here.
Now
I'm just saying. I mean, you could get your second middle linebacker, but again, you can't go wrong with DK because you could always get like a.
No.
You could always get a Kwiatkowski in the 9th or 10th. You know.
Can you go back to BPA?
Oh yeah, dude. We got Eddie Jackson again. We can move him the corner to strong safety. Mosley, it's a 3-4 scheme. You need one more. If anything, we could put him at right outside linebacker if you want. We got Cavaliers. The BPA are those guys that I was talking about up top.
Let's go Mosley. Let's build that defense. Keep going. You've convinced me.
He's just a star. Receiver. Yeah, dude. And don't forget, you get 1 trade. We could always trade for like an older receiver because it's kind of like in actual dynasty leagues, older players, they are valued less compared to your younger players. So we could, don't forget about that trade. Use that to your advantage.
Okay.
And just so you know, DK is still there. Like, I'm not lying. Oh, so is Eddie Jackson, dude. Oh my God. Akeem Hicks at left end to round out your defensive line. Insane, dude. But this is your team, man. We got Chris Harris, Bobby Trees, Eddie Jackson. We got DK and Calvin. I mean, Landon Collins is even there if you want to put him at strong safety.
I'm going to still wait on wide receiver.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go Eddie Jackson.
Ooh, Eddie Jackson. And move him to safety, strong safety or corner?
Let's move him. What does my team look like?
You got McCourty. So maybe we could put McCourty at corner. Didn't he used to play corner before switching? Or was that the other brother?
I forget. I should know that because I'm a Patriots fan. I don't remember.
I could just be pulling that out my ass, man. I have no idea. I could be lying to you. I mean, it sounds about right? But look at this, dude. We still got Juju. Hey, who's your favorite Pittsburgh receiver this year?
That's I guess Deontay. If I had
shout out. Let's go. You didn't have to, but you did. We got Rob Gronkowski. Let's see. You do have nothing going on the offense, but trust me, I think you're kind of fine, especially Brandon Graham's there. Don't forget you need one more outside passing. Wow. One more outside passing linebacker. What am I trying to say? Outside pass rush linebacker. Oh, geez. There we go. Words.
I like Jadeveon Clowney.
Clowney. Yeah, dude. Could you wait around? Maybe, but I think
so?
I don't know. Maybe I've seen him go 9, 10. I've seen him be there 12. Like, if you want to get him and not risk it, go for it. But just know you could get a Rashawn Gary in like 12 or 13, maybe.
Let's go Clowney.
Yeah,
dude. Defense and then.
Dude, I'm loving this team, man. So you may have realized you didn't get a quarterback, right?
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I'm okay. I don't know who's available. Can you show me who's available for quarterback?
I can show you. You want to see?
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Big Ben. So something to keep in mind. These three will kind of hang around 12 to 15.
Okay.
Maybe even later, occasionally. But here's some receivers. I do want an offensive lineman.
I've got because we got one O lineman, I think.
Yeah, maybe
I'd love to see another one.
We got Garrett Bull. Shout out to Denver, but Dwayne Brown's maybe someone you could get around 15, 16.
Okay. What round are we on now? 10.
We're around 10. So Brian O'Neill, we got Wyatt Teller here. Wyatt Teller and Brian O'Neill are maybe my favorite picks here. So Lindsley, of course, is here at center. He's an 84 overall. He's going to go around 13, 14. But don't forget, you're just pushing down positions that you need to draft. So it's kind of like maybe a get your guy, especially if you want a receiver or some linemen or maybe, some cornerbacks because you don't have any, but you have a pretty solid defense going already. So it's kind of like what you want to do here for the BPA for that position you want.
Let's go Robert Woods.
Okay.
Get my receiver in there.
Bobby Trees. You want Bobby Trees or Cooper Kupp in real life here? Redraft.
Honestly, it's a coin. I really like them both. I'm not going to claim I know the answer, and everybody has their opinion. For me, I have some of each, So I'm like, if I see one of them left over, I don't have a strong opinion about one or the other. Do you have a preference in redraft?
I don't know. Maybe I guess Robert Woods, just because he's been averaging 20 carries a season the last 3. Mm-hmm. So if he could get you 100, 120 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns for some random weeks, maybe those help you win. I don't know. You got Stafford throwing to both, so cool. I guess I don't know. Whoever's cheaper, but like that's so easy to say because you don't know how.
I know. That's
yeah. So it's tough to say.
That's what I'm saying, and it's a cop out answer.
It is a cop out. I'll go Robert Woods though.
Yeah.
Just for the rushing ability. But shout out. Okay, so it's actually cool that Wyatt Teller's here and O'Neill. I mean, O'Neill, the young guy over there with the Vikings, and Wyatt Teller had a nice breakout season this year with the Browns. What are we feeling? Do you want to get a lineman? I mean, you can always get a guy later, but
let's get a lineman. I don't know. What do you think about O'Neill versus Teller?
I guess the only difference is the overall. He's 82 versus Teller's 80. If you move O'Neill to right guard, he'll be an 81. So just based off that, maybe you go Taylor, but he's like he's an agility guy. He's got some good feet. So he's a good like lead blocker with a little bit of that, motion ability, 77 speed, 78 agility. That's pretty cool. So, depending on the scheme, while Teller is more of a power, blocker. So
let's go Teller.
He's not as quick, but he's a big, strong man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's a great breakdown.
I'm sure O'Neal is too. You're welcome. Honestly, I just kind of wing it and wait for these stats to pull up so I can see that he's 65 speed compared to the 77. It makes me sound smarter. So,
you
shout out.
Sound smart.
This is why I passed a lot of presentations in college because, I'm able to BS pretty well. Okay. Shout out to Taylor. So you got him. You paired him up with Quentin Nelson. You got 2 out of the 5. Maybe you're lucky and O'Neal's there. I doubt it, but maybe Lindsley's at least there. At center, again, he's 84 overall. Shout out to the chart. Oh, he's still here. Wow. But don't forget, you could always get like Rick Wagner in like the 15th or something,
O'Neal. I want to get a good O-line.
Yeah, dude. And he's quick. Shout out, he's agile. And you see the archetype, it says it right there too. So, hey, it is what it is out here. Shout out. Okay, round 13. Just so you know, the quarterbacks, they're still going to be here. We got Brady and Breeze. I mean, Big Ben, if that's your thing. So I think we've had about 7 Super Bowl wins. Maybe 8, I think, because Sam Wagon, Swagman, won. It could be 8 or 7, but regardless, if it's 8 or 7, one less of that won it with Brady. So 6 out of 7 or 7 or 8 have won it with Brady.
I want to go Brady. We're round 13. I don't want to risk it.
You just want to make sure you get him?
Yes.
Okay. And look at he's an X Factor. Shout out Brady.
Hell yeah.
Shout out. And the one person that did not win it with Brady won it with Breeze. And can you guess who that might have been?
Cooter.
That's right. She went Breeze. She had to. Shout out the Saints. Shout out Cooter. Antonio Brown is still here, just so you know. But so is Patrick Peterson. Again, you're going to need some cornerbacks.
Wow. He went to a different team, right? He's not Arizona anymore?
He's with the Vikings, I believe.
That's right. That's
a good fit because they're young guys. Gladney, I don't know if he got into some legal troubles or he just sucked. He didn't pan out. I think he was like a first or second rounder, and Cameron Dantzler is doing pretty nice. 2 rookies last year for them. So they need Patrick Peterson there to really hone down the cornerback position. And just like you need some honing, but however, you need one more like left ends. I feel confident, Tyson Alualau will be there later, but we could always move like a right end over. So it doesn't really matter. You kind of got everything down besides the secondary. And of course, 2 more offensive linemen plus a tight end and maybe another receiver or 2, just so you know, we still got Dwayne Brown here. I'm not going to lie. He'll probably still be there for a couple more rounds. Lindsley is here. He's going to be going soon. I don't know when, but you could always get like a Ben Jones and round 18.
Lindsley.
I mean, dude, you're all about building the trenches, it seems.
Yeah. I like to build the trenches. We got Tom Brady under center. He's not a rusher. I don't know how that's going to translate, but I don't want him to scramble. I want to get a couple of, stealth blockers up front.
Dude. Yeah, you're Tom Brady, and we're doing the San Francisco. Jesus, imagine if he went to San Fran. Isn't that team he wanted to go to, but they didn't?
It is. Yeah. He was a San Francisco guy.
But we got the Tampa Bay playbook, so Tampa Bay playbook. My bad. Breeze is there. Just so you know, running backs are here, but shout out to the 0 running back strategy. I feel confident you could always get some bodies later. Here we are, round 15. Is it time to go Antonio Brown? We got Brandon Cooks if you want the speed. So something to keep in mind here, Jeff, is in a Madden depth chart, you can pick your slot receiver. So you could pick the guy that's going to work out in the slot. And throughout all these drafts have done, typically speaking, the slot receiver will see the most targets in an offense. So keep that in mind. So you got Bobby. I mean, Robert Woods could definitely play the slot, but he's also could be a deep threat on the outside while maybe Antonio Brown plays this. Or you get Jarvis, an actual true slot guy.
Oh my God, I love Jarvis. I love Jarvis so much.
It's up to you. And then you do need some tight ends, but again, injuries are off. So we got a Jordan Reed if you want. But I think Jordan Reed, Rudolph, they'll be there in a little bit if you want to touch on a receiver here.
Let's go with the receiver. Let's go Antonio Brown.
That connection him and Tom has, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes to have him at his house. Let's do it.
You think Tom raps with him?
Yeah, there's like a lot of avocado and like strawberries, probably I like that.
TB12 diet, shout out. Maybe he makes the beats. Imagine Tom Brady as a producer. Okay, so left tackle, Dwayne Brown. Do you just get your left tackle just to hone that offensive line down?
Dwayne Brown, pull the trigger.
84 overall, dude. Stats don't matter. Again, this is redraft, man.
I get to it.
This isn't dynasty. Dwayne Brown. Shout out Dwayne Brown, though. Where is he? I don't know. Where is he at? Was he at the Texans?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I hope not. He's old. Okay. So round 17, we're missing 3 cornerbacks. We're missing a tight end, maybe another receiver just to be kind of safe. And of course, your running backs. So we got AB and Robert Woods. Disregarding Cole Beasley, the person, Cole Beasley, the player is good. You could put him in the slot. We got Crowder.
I like Robbie Anderson later. I like T. Higgins.
We got Cobb.
Let's wait. We'll wait on wide receiver.
Christian Kirk. Come on. No?
I'm okay. Kirk is a guy I own heavily in basketball because I've got
it's basketball.
I've got Kyler Murray too, so I got a stack.
Basketball. No, that's good. Okay.
Let's see.
That's where my last thread of hope is on him. Is he'll be good in best ball. I don't know. Let's see. It's kind of depth at this point. Corners, you need a couple corners. We got bodies here. I feel confident these guys will fall, but it's like you need something.
Yeah. Let's see. We got strong safety.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You don't have
corners.
to take. I feel like they could wait if you want to maybe take another wide receiver. Or, before that, I feel confident that they will fall.
What do you recommend?
I mean, it depends what do you want to do in the slot? If you want to take Edelman, I think he's a superstar, and put him in the slot, that would be dope, and have AB and Robert Woods on the outside. Even Manny Sanders or Golden Tate, if that's your cup of tea. But I think like an Edelman would be a great pick on how you have built your team. Because you have literally everything. Yeah, you have everything but corners, and I know you can get those guys later.
Okay, I'm going to go with your advice.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Let's go Edelman.
So I think, again, we're pairing up these guys with Tom. Like, you have to know that there's some sort of Madden chemistry that happens. It has to. I mean, it's Tom Brady. All right. Certainly Harrison over there with the Ravens. So
I feel like Robert Woods would be like a really good Tom Brady guy. Like, he's just kind of like, he doesn't make a scene. He's consistent. He's underrated. He's
about his business.
He's about his business.
He's average. I think he's wide receiver 13.67 over the last 3 years. So that's kind of insane. That's consistency.
That's insane.
I think he's consistently 100 targets, 80 catches, 20 carries. I think it's like on the dot too. But here, I wasn't lying, man. We got Malcolm Butler. We got Hayden, load the wagon legend. Shout out to Derek Brown. We got Xavier Rhodes, Jimmy Smith. Shout out Cooter for Jimmy Smith.
Let's go. Is Jimmy Smith on the Saints?
Maybe in one of it. I know he was on the Raiders. He might have been on the Saints, but she picked. So you know how I said 6 out of the 7 out of the 8 Super Bowls have been won with Tom Brady? All of those Super Bowl wins have had Joe Hayden. So Cooter's victory with Drew Brees, I think she purposely took Jimmy Smith instead of Joe Hayden. So she created her own legacy. But you have Tom Brady. Does that mean you got to get Joe Hayden? Because you're going to be able to get like 3 of these guys the next 3 picks if you want, just so you know. So just take who you want. You're going to get both.
Let's go Jimmy Smith.
I feel kind of disrespected you didn't go Joe Hayden as a nod to load the wagon right there.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. I mean, just so you know, he's going to be there. But don't forget, I mean, if you want to get a backup tight end, some more wide receivers, you're going to need to get a running back in the next couple rounds.
Let's go Hayden. Thank
you. It's all good. They're still here for a couple. So right about now, you're fading running backs, but do you want to see what's going to fall into your lap?
Yes.
Nice. I like it. That's some good enthusiasm. Dude, Le'Veon Bell, bro. Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, but not only that, we got James Robinson. We got Antonio down here, Naeem Hines.
Antonio Gibson?
Yeah, dude. It's because he's a normal. Like, you can't. So shout out to, I forgot, TFG_football. He kind of updates these rosters, but what you could not do is update the normal star superstar. You can't update that. So but you can update the overall. So I think Gibson was like a 67, 68 in the beginning. And now this guy, Marcus Whitman, I'm remembering it. He updates this roster and it's a little more realistic.
What do we got for fullbacks? Can I get a fullback in here?
We got Juice.
Oh yeah.
And shout out Patrick, of course, but like Juice.
Those are my
man.
two guys.
I think if you want to get Juice, you should take him here.
Let's take Juice.
Because he's a superstar, while these other guys down here, like Alec Ingold, shout out the Chargers. He's just a star,
Yeah.
And so superstar, man. And dude, I mean, he got signed to the Shanahan offense for 4 more years. He's good. Dude, he's an athlete.
Nice extension. I got to go Juice. I got a jersey signed this year from him. Let's go Juice.
Shout out Juice, man. Shout out Juice. Use check, right? Use check.
Use check. Correct. Use
okay,
check.
Shout out Juice. I'm happy they call him that. Okay. Running back. Again, we got David Johnson. Gibson is still here, man. Damian Harris.
David Johnson. Let's go David Johnson.
Whoa, why is that?
I love David Johnson.
And it's redraft. It's not dynasty.
I know. David Johnson, I mean, I know we're talking fantasy, which is different from building Madden, but like David Johnson was incredibly productive in the games he played last year. I think he still got some juice, not a throwback.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out Juice. Shout out having Juice. I mean, talking about dude, Naeem Hines. But the best part about David Johnson is he could be your goal line and third down back. So you don't need to get Hines.
Absolutely.
Is it time to? I mean, just so you know, we got a Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes.
Oh, Harrison Bryant. Yeah,
that's the NBA player. We got Harrison Bryant.
Let's go Harrison Bryant.
So he's gonna go here, but you could also get like a Cook in a couple rounds.
Oh, okay. Let's wait and get a Cook if that's.
Oh yeah, I feel confident. So you got 2 corners. Maybe you just get your third corner just to be safe.
What do you think, Rhodes?
I mean, it's all up to you, man. Do you want Janoris, Butler, Rhodes?
Let's go Rhodes.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all the same. Excuse me. What matters more is sort of like an outside linebacker, like Von Miller playing that power rush position compared to playing a Miles Jack outside linebacker, where it's a more zone, man coverage guy. When it comes to corners, the statistics don't matter too much. So shout out that. But so we need your tight ends. Also, a backup running back kind of will see 100, 120 touches. Shout out to Darrell Henderson. He's here. Do you want to just get a guy? Ito Smith, Myles Gaskin even. Like Ito Smith, not a good real life, but he's a good Madden running back. Do you take a Henderson? And Henderson Jr.?
I like
Mike
that.
Davis?
He's got a 94 acceleration.
Yeah, and it's just
Frank
a backup.
Gore still has a 94 acceleration. That's wild.
That's insane. But look at this. That's pretty solid.
Let's go Henderson.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Let's give him the bump.
So you'll need your tight ends here, and we're pretty much to the spot where you've completed your full roster, unless you want a kicker and punter. But you're scoring touchdowns, man. Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah.
So we need tight ends. So I think maybe Albert Ukwebunam is still here. He is. Shout out to him. So you could definitely get him and then get a different guy. Or if you don't really care too much, you could always just take your Delanie Walker. So you missed out on a Cook. Oh no, but you got Walker or Jimmy Graham.
Let's go Delanie Walker.
Shout out Delanie Walker. Yeah, it sucks he wasn't able to come back. I know he's been wanting to.
Yeah.
What do you want to do here? So you pretty much have every single starting position. We simulate around here. Oh, we don't have a left end. You could still get a left end. Tyson Alualu. That's what a bad host, man. I made you miss out on a left end, but you're still getting an 80 overall.
Let's do it. No. You're good. Pull the trigger.
You still get a trade if you want. So not everyone takes the trade. Some people do, some don't. It's no biggie. What do you want to do here? Again, we've hit every starting position. So the Madden will just simulate and get you your depth needed. But if you want to take someone just because, we could look at age. We got a DJ Dallas, shout out Cameron Curl over there with the football team. Ty Johnson, you know what I mean? But you do have all your starters that matter.
Can we go 2 fullback set? Is Pat Ricard still there?
He's still here for sure. I just don't know how to
pull the trigger.
Okay, we could. Okay, we'll stay on the brand. I don't know if
I'm gonna get weird. I got to stay on brand.
Yeah. He probably won't ever play, but I'm just happy you have him. Or we could put Juice at running back. Juice at running back. Nah. Okay, how do you feel? That too. Yeah, I mean, we could. You got David Johnson, so and Darrell Henderson.
So what are my options right now? It's either
you could pick some more depth, or we could just simulate.
Let's go simulate.
There we go. And while we simulate, I will edit I don't know if you had that many changes, to be honest. Did you? That's insane. You drafted, dude. Usually there's at least a couple. I don't know if I have any. That's awesome. Okay. Anyways, who cares about this? Who cares about my self-realization there? I have some questions for you, Jeff, to fill this idle time as we simulate and get the season started here. Okay.
Let's do it.
Jeff, what are your top 3 favorite smells?
Oh, I love this. Favorite smells. Oh, I'm going to go. Let's see. Top 3 favorite
No order.
smells.
No order. No order.
I like mint. I like mint a lot.
Like in a drink or like just that fresh? You pick it, you smell it, like a mojito. I don't know why I said it like that. A mojito?
I just mean in general, it feels clean. Like you get, I brush my teeth. I like a mint smell. I don't like cinnamon toothpaste.
Or spearmint. What's the other one? Other mint?
Peppermint.
Peppermint?
Oh, I like mint.
Do you like those candies, dude, that you get like on your pillow? A nice little mint, a little chocolate mint or something?
Those are pretty good.
How do you feel about mint ice cream?
Mint ice cream is okay. I like to keep my mint more for like freshening the breath rather than like a meal.
There you go.
For myself. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so mint. 2 more smells. Favorite smells. We got mint.
2 more smells.
I'm gonna
go. Let's see. This is a really, really good question.
Thank
you.
We
got mint. I'm gonna go campfire.
Oh, dude, that sounds like a candle, like fall campfire.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Like you get a bonfire.
Oh, bonfire. And there's some marshmallow, toasted marshmallow. Okay, so
a good feeling.
So bonfire, campy smell, mint, and 1 more.
For the 3rd one, let's say, I'm going to give a general answer as barbecue. Like you get a nice. You're cooking chicken wings or you're cooking burgers. Like you get a smell off the grill. It's summertime.
Get that whiff.
You're feeling good.
Not only that, because you have like a beer in your hand too. Are you like a IPA, pale ale, type guy?
I am. I mean, I'm drinking a Bud Light right now, but typically, like I like the IPAs, and let's go. Boom.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like the IPAs. I like stouts, but IPA is kind of like my go-to if I had to pick one.
Bud Light's like what I would buy if I'm just trying to like have a couple, for sure. Shout out that. Okay. Wait. Okay. So bonfire, your favorite top 3 smells: mint, bonfire, and barbecue.
Barbecue.
Shout out. Great. Okay. If you could know the absolute truth to one question, what would it be?
That's a really deep question. You have very, very good questions. Is that a question you've asked before, or is this the first time?
No. I got a couple that I keep in my bag, and then I feel it out and I ask it. But so sorry, you're not the first, but
no.
It's still important to me to know this. I want to get to know you, and then whoever may watch this, maybe they get to know you a little bit more too.
I say,
dude, Paul Richardson. Yeah, yuck. Sorry, I could see your team here. Sorry.
All good.
Absolute truth. So one question. What would you ask?
One question. Absolute truth would be.
Backup tight end's rough.
What year did the universe begin?
Whoa. Oh.
I'm gonna go deep.
What year does the universe begin? When did we start counting years, man?
Or I guess how long ago was another way.
Yeah. Okay.
Like how many? Quantity of time that the universe began.
Shout out. Maybe life's just a simulation.
There's an interesting thing. Did you ever hear that thing about like the floating brain theory?
What does that mean?
It's so like I'm a engineer. I'm a big into the science stuff, and if you look at like I'm very big scientific. I'm not super religious myself. But if you look at like, there's all these theories about the world and the universe, and there's someone that came out, a scientist, very far-fetched, very out there, crazy idea, but it's a good concept to understand. And he's like, if you think about it, the probability that we're all just floating brains imagining reality, going through space rather than actually living reality, the probability that is true is greater than what we think is the real, where we are right now is. In other words, so like
imagining reality is greater than living it.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm just trying to grasp it. Okay. Continue.
It's a weird concept. I'm not saying that's what I think. My point is like,
it's a concept.
We live in a weird world, and I like the out there concepts. I think it's an interesting thing to ponder.
Right. Okay. So before we get here to your Madden team, so kind of bouncing off that, I've actually had a thought of like the brain is more a receiver of consciousness rather than it is a generator of it.
I like that a lot.
So it's like a radio station. We all tune in different frequencies, 95.7. So maybe you're the engineer. You tap into design while I tap into behavior. I work in the autism field, so I understand behavior a little bit more.
Oh,
so
hell yeah. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Shout out. Yeah, I work at a autism center. I'm the lead BT. Shout out. Kalamazoo.
Good for you. That's awesome work. That's really, really cool.
Shout out. Thank you. So yeah, so like you tap into that, maybe you tap into math, maybe I tap into science, so shout out. Deep talks, man. Who would have thought in a fantasy/Madden show that we're talking about brains? But here we are. Okay, so here's your team, man. I had one change to make. Again, it was Eddie Jackson, a strong safety. Don't forget, you get a trade. So maybe we'll hit home here on the depth chart first, and then if you want to trade, it's all yours. If not, no biggie. Okay, so third down running back, David Johnson, right? It's got to be. So the guy maybe getting the passes, third down, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, David Johnson.
We got juice. So power running back, David Johnson, goal line guy, third and short.
So how I don't really understand the trade thing. Like, so how do we know what the options are? Is it like we get presented like if I want to trade Darrell Henderson, this is the guy I get, or like how does that work?
Good question, man. So not a lot of people ask about it. Yeah, you could trade a player, but you could also trade maybe a draft pick.
Let's trade draft picks.
Yeah, of course. So sometimes I have people on for Reload the Wagon where I import the rookie draft class. So just so you know, if that ever is a thing, you might lose out on like your second round if you care. But that's just a little caveat there. But anyways, we'll hit on this depth chart first. Slot receiver. Do you feel comfortable having Edelman run that? Or do you want AB? But again, Edelman's not really an outside guy, so you kind of drafted Edelman to be a slot.
Yeah. Okay. You can't be an outside guy.
And then sub linebacker, it's just like your third down linebackers. You want David. We don't want him there. Maybe we'll put Eddie there. Third one doesn't matter. Slot. So slot corner, just like a slot receiver, it'll see the most targets. You kind of want your best guy there. So Jimmy Smith is fine. Okay. So again, think about your whole team here. Do you want to go try to trade for a dominant tight end? You don't even need to trade for a tight. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to trade, but it's up for you. Okay. Do you have a guy that you're thinking about?
I'd love to grab a Mark Andrews or
Gronk. You're cutting out a little bit here. You're a little.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
Mark
good.
Andrews. Can we get a Mark Andrews?
Oh, okay. So don't forget like that youth attachment to it, because he's 24 years old. He's like 85. He's like a star. We could definitely try, but maybe well, remember Broncos. Maybe a Gronk if you want a guy. It might be easier because of age, but let's try for Jonnu Smith maybe. Let's try for Mark Andrews. Ooh, how about Eric Ebron? Yeah, there he is. He's 24. Sorry, did I say 25? He's an 88. Wow. Okay. Would you feel comfortable giving up a second round?
Yes.
Or do we try for a third first just to gauge the interest?
Sure. Yeah. Let's try that.
Dude, look at that. They're not excited at all about that. You see that red bar? That's their interest level.
Oh, crazy. Okay. Could we try a second for Mark Andrews?
Whoa. Okay. What did you want to try? It froze out a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's raining. It's raining a little bit here. Shout out Michigan. Shout out weather. What did you say? You want to try a second?
Second.
Okay. So second rounder. We're getting a little more, but it's still red.
Oh, okay. What about Gronk? Let's go back to Rob Gronkowski.
The Broncos. Okay. So he's an 83. So nothing flashy, but he's like what? 36? 31, 36? Might as well be Tony Gonzalez. Okay. Let's try for Gronk. What would you feel? Like what? See what they think about a fourth?
Yeah, fourth. Let's start with the fourth.
Oh, look at that. They almost wanted it. So I don't know why. We could probably just change it to a third if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get Gronk. Like, isn't that insane? Third rounder for Gronk? That seems too easy. That. Again, it's the age. He's 31. He's not an 88, 24-year-old, but we do got to make 2 cuts. So actually, I'll just make these cuts real quick, and then we'll simulate to the season, and then we actually have a question for you there, Jeff. And wait, hold on. Actually, let me ask you another question, just because it's been good. What skill or craft would you like to master?
Skill or craft? Let's see. That's I'd love to be handy around the house, which is kind of like a general thing.
Okay.
I can do simple things, and I have the aptitude. Plumbing would be awesome. Yeah, being able to do plumbing and like woodworking,
our pipe strange, no problem. Boom. Oh, for sure. Okay, so yeah, dude, a handyman. I like that. That's actually like great because that's very like life applicable too.
Practical. Yeah.
There we go. Shout out. Okay. Dude, you ready to simulate to the season? And then there's a question the game has for you. Okay. Shout out the Patriots. Shout out to you. Let me get to this here. I think it's a little storm going on, so it's a little bit slow. The internet. Shout out first world problems. When you think about it.
Am I breaking up? Have I been breaking up throughout the stream?
No. Like whenever you were asking about Mark Andrews was the only time. So I was like, what good timing.
Okay.
Okay. Here we are, man. Let's set the season goal. Do you want to win 4 games, 7 games, make the playoffs, make it to the
Super Bowl?
Let's go. I have no idea if these influence how your team does, but it doesn't seem like that to be true. Okay, man. We're going to simulate to the halfway point. Then we're going to check out your team, see what's going on. What do you predict your score to be? Usually it's about 7-8 games.
So I'm going to go, I guess 5-3 is my guess.
That's a nice, like, conservative type gas. You're not like believing yourself too much, but like you're shaking the rust off. You're getting the wagon
hoping
going.
For a good start, but not too cocky.
Okay.
We'll see how it works.
I don't know if you saw that. Are you ready to see? I saw it, just so you know.
I didn't see it. Let's see it.
3-4.
Oh no!
What's going on?
My team didn't work out. I'm not a good GM.
Wow, Brady 20th in passing yards, 22nd in touchdowns, 20th in passer rating. He's got to step his game up, dude. 12-5. You hate to see it. Johnson, we like to see that. And Henderson, they're doing pretty respectively. Look at that, dude. Brown, Woods, and Edelman, 4 touchdowns each. What more can they do?
Okay.
What's going on here with Mosley? Shout out Mosley. Dude. Mosley and David, that's a good combo right there. Maybe I need some more turnovers. You're sitting on 4 interceptions. Wow, Von Miller got an interception. Shout out to Von Miller. Eddie Jackson with 2. You love to see it. And we got and a fumble recovery. Defensive player of the year? ? Yeah, you only got 5. Oh, wow. Levante David, 2 fumble recoveries. Okay, that's pretty respectable, like about 6 turnovers, but we'd like to see more. Is there any changes you want to do?
What constitutes a change? Like what can I do?
It's pretty much just depth chart. Like, do you want to switch your SWAT receiver around? Do you want to switch something? I don't know.
Let's keep with it. I'm not happy with the
second half,
but
second half team.
Let's go for it. Let's go for a second half.
I mean, you're fighting for this first place is 6-2. You're right there competing with the Dolphins. So let's simulate to the rest of the season and see what happens. Best of luck here, John. Again, it's not about making the playoffs. It's about the good vibes out here. So I'm just happy people come on and we get to enjoy a little time together.
Absolutely.
But I guess bragging rights, though, am I right? Sorry, my bad.
Fullbacks might not have been the best approach looking back.
Are you ready to check? Oh, wait. I don't. 9-7. But you finished 3rd behind the 12-4 and 11-5 team. But 9-7, not everyone gets that whole thing there out there. I mean, 9-7. Let's see. Do you want to see what went wrong? What I think it was it Brady? Did Brady lose a step? Yeah, you hate to see it, man. You hate to see Tom Brady let the Patriots down for the second time recently.
I probably should have gone a little QB heavy early, looking back, but that's okay. That's okay. I went with my guy, Tom Brady, and
again, it's all about the good vibes out here. And I appreciate the time, Jeff, for coming on, spending this Monday night with us and with me. If you red carpet's yours, let everyone know what's going on in your life, what you got coming out, what you don't got coming out, whatever you want.
Sure. So you gave a great intro. You kind of hit all the topics. I write. I'm a fantasy writer for the Fantasy Footballers. I've got an article coming out. I'm gonna be writing the case for Deebo Samuel. I love Deebo Samuel. I'm all about Deebo Samuel. I've got a podcast on Twitter at tackle_dummies. So it's a Tackle Dummies pod. Me and my buddy C-Kaz, like you said, absolutely. And I like you said, I'm into the positive vibes, and thanks for having me on. I had a blast tonight. This was really cool. It was the first time I did anything like this, and it was good to chop it up with you. Thank you very much, Corey. I appreciate it, man.
Let's go. And thank you, everyone else, for tuning in. Whenever you do, if you rewatch it, appreciate it. And everyone have a good night, good morning, good evening, and stay tuned for whatever the heck the future holds for me. Jeff, thank you for coming on. Everyone have a good night. Let's go.